Welcome back to Likros. We're working on the Parsha this week is Vezos Haberacha, the last Parsha in the Torah. The last Parsha in the Torah ends with the phrase La'eni Kol Yisrael. That's the end. And there's a concept we want to link the end to the beginning. We don't want to finish the Torah and go away. We're done with it. No. We want to finish it and return to the beginning again. That's why in Simchas Torah, when you finish the Aliyah that says these words, Vezos Haberacha, La'eni Kol Yisrael, the last words of Torah, the next Aliyah, we start right away at the beginning, Bereshis. So these two ideas have to be linked in concept. The end of the Torah, La'eni Kol Yisrael, with the beginning, Bereshis. This is an idea based on Drash that the Rabbi Yismach Moshe wants to work on. Others have tried this before. He tries it many different ways. We're going to work on one idea, linking the end of the Torah, La'eni Kol Yisrael, with the first pasuk of the Torah, the first verse, Bereshis bara Elokim Yisrael Shemayim v'ha'aretz. Now, the first verse of the Torah, we're in Vezos Haberacha as our point of reference, but that's where he says it. But the first verse of the Torah says, Bereshis bara Elokim Yisrael Shemayim v'ha'aretz. In the beginning, Hashem created the heaven and the earth. Now, if you continue on in Chumash Bereshis, you'll find there's another word used for Shemayim. The word is Rakia. The word Rakia is used several times in the Torah. So we see that the Shemayim has two different terms. There's a term called Rakia, and there's another term called Shemayim. So the question is, why is it that the Torah chooses the term Shemayim for the first pasuk, and only Rakia is used later, and not the other way? Why? How is this choice made? So notes the Rabbi Yismach Moshe. Really, in Lashon Kodesh, if you have to pick a noun, it's much better to pick its action as opposed to what it's made out of. Now, Shemayim means, according to Medrash, Shemayim is there was Eish and Mayim. Fire and water got together, that's Shemayim. So that's what it's made of. And Rakia is more descriptive of what it is. Shemayim, it's the upper world somehow separating. That's the word Rakia, spread out. So really, Rakia is a better word than Shemayim because it more describes what Shemayim is, and not Shemayim because Shemayim is just what it's made out of. So therefore, the question is, why does the Torah do this? Why does the first pasuk of the Torah say the word Shemayim when it could say the word Rakia, which would probably be better? So the answer to this question, explains Rabbi Yismach Moshe, is it wants to teach us something at the beginning of this Torah. It wants to teach us about Shalom. Shemayim is made out of fire and water, which normally don't get on. One wins. Normally the water puts out the fire, or the fire boils away the water, but they don't normally get on. And the nature of Shemayim is, the Kadosh Baruch Hu made the world that they are able to work together. That's something special. That's Shalom. So therefore, when we connect the last phrase of the Torah, La'eni Kol Yisrael, in the eyes of all of Israel, and the first pasuk, Bereshis bara Elokim Yisrael Shemayim, that in the beginning Hashem created the heavens with the word Shemayim. So what it means is that La'eni Kol Yisrael, Klal Yisrael has to be focused all the time to look at that the Torah uses the word Shemayim to teach every member of Klal Yisrael that the Torah wants to tell us the importance of working together. That's more important than the word Rakia, which is actually better to describe what Shemayim does. Because Shalom is so important, we have to learn to work with each other. So therefore, the Torah ends, La'eni Kol Yisrael, right away. We're saying again, Bereshis bara Elokim Yisrael Shemayim, to tell us all the time. The pasuk says, Hashem blessed his people with Shalom. We have to work on the Shalom. We have to work on working together.